thunder. Who you think sitting in the storms? Under his wings, cover. We got the spirit of Canaan, we gotta be ready now. We do not care about no numbers. I'm gonna sit on my stone, Goliath and fall, and the next is gonna see that he love us. It's getting real. I really pray that we get it to seal. Ezekiel 9, they coming to kill. Crime regardless, don't care how they feel. That land was promised to us when they healed. They get offended, we giving the word. Marking the righteous, we find it on turn. Ain't no way we looking back to that bird. Out to the east, everybody gon' I got a slingshot. Getting so close to the lane. He about to bring back. He gon' sit in his mighty hand. Watching these wings fly. We gon' trust up in this plane. Who got faith like Cain? Out that smoke like David. Who ain't scared and say it's Chinese in the land? Who really run the world? The earth is giving in their hands. Who got faith like Caleb? Who gon' trust in these commands? Who gon' trust in these commands? We know what we living. I'ma up and stand. Trust up in this place. Who got faith like Caleb? Don't that smoke like David? Who got faith like Caleb? Don't that smoke like David? Who got faith like Caleb? Don't that smoke like David? Who got faith like Caleb? Don't that smoke like David? Who got David? We waking up, ain't no looking back. We Abraham with the stars. David, we waking up, ain't no looking back. Messiah bringing us the yard. David, we waking up, ain't no looking back. We Abraham with the stars. David, we waking up, ain't no looking back. Messiah bringing us the yard. Who got faith like Caleb? Don't that smoke like David? Who got faith like Caleb? Don't that smoke like David? Who got faith like Caleb? Don't that smoke like David? Who got faith like Caleb? Don't that smoke like David?
Oh man, love that song by Hezekiah. Shouts out to him. Please check his music out. Please subscribe to his channel. That's HEZEKIYAH. Definitely check out the brother. He is outstanding. He definitely brings the spirit. What's up, B? The Future's in the building. Definitely check out B is the Future online and definitely on your Instagram all the time, man. I'm loving the work that you're doing, keeping it positive, man. So tonight, man, it's the title of the lesson could have been two. I was going in between two different titles, but what we came with is testing the Most High in the midst of war. Now, the other title could have been the world is not given over to the evil. I know what you think. I know what you see. I know what they've told you, that this world has been given over to the devil and he runs this earth. I know they tell you that in the midst of war, you can't call upon the Most High, that you're not in control. You got to join an army. You got to join some nation, that you can't join the Most High, that you can't be an army within the Most High, that you can't be his battle axe. See, testing the Most High in the midst of your trials and tribulations. One might think that's absolutely crazy. Most people in their trials and tribulations, they are calling upon, they're begging the Most High. Please, I need this. Do this for me. Do that for me. Testing the Most High in your trials and tribulations, you got to be somebody that's about that action. You got to be a warrior. You got to be like David, about that smoke. Like the song says, you got to be like King David, about that smoke. If you are going to go at the Most High to test him in your time of need, when you scared, when you vulnerable, when you need a win, when you need a win. See, if the world was given over to Hashatan, if the world was ruled and the Most High gave Hashatan the world, as they like to say, then you wouldn't be able to do that. You would not be able to test the Most High, and the Most High be able to circumvent whatever is calling itself in control and administer what he wants to you. Whether it be covering, whether it be grace, whether it be mercy, whether it be increase. Brother Yuan is in the building. See, if the world was given over to the devil, if I was born in a place that is now the devil's playground, then I could not call upon the Most High to do a damn thing for me, right? Because I should time running this. I don't know about you. Like, I'm going to get real raw. There's a thing in jail called tier rep. The tier rep would be like the devil. You got the warden, which they will call the Most High, but the tier rep, can't nothing go happen on that tier. The warden even meets with the tier rep. If the tier rep is on point, the tier rep is running this tier. The warden don't want to come down there. The sheriffs don't want to have to deal with it. They rather let the monkeys deal with the monkeys. Oh, the monkeys deal with the monkeys. See, if the devil was the warden, then the Most High couldn't do anything. It's his prison. Hashatan ain't nothing but the people around you. Tier rep, the same as you, locked up in prison. See, so no, the Most High did not give this world unto the devil. That's the cop-out. That's what Christians like to use to make you afraid so that you can do whatever they want you to do, so you can be a part of whatever they selling to you. That's what these Abrahamic faiths want you to believe, that you can't connect with your Most High and you cannot circumvent the hell in which you're on. See, the world has chosen to be evil. So therefore you see evil around you all the time. So therefore you see that we're in war all the time. And I'm telling you, you should not be groveling on your knees, just asking the Most High, begging the Most High. You should be testing the Most High. You should be getting a relationship with the Most High. You should be strengthening your rapport with your Creator. For whatever you want, war, riches, family life, success. There's a way of going through righteousness that the Most High ordains, and he moves evil around. He moves all things around so that righteousness wins. You don't see it because everybody's choosing evil. Everybody's saying, man, you know what? I love my dude Pac. Pac said, God gotta forgive me for what I did. He know what he done put me in. Oh, that's what they want us on. They want us to give up and succumb to the evil ways of the world and give the world to the devil. We got dominion. The Most High told Adam he had dominion over the birds, the land, the things in the water, over everything, over this terrestrial plane. Man, us, we are born from this earth. We are of this. This is ours. But we give it to the negative spirits, to the evil spirits. We give our power over to the temptation. And then we say the world is just run by evil, man. I see young Mike in the building. We say he done took it over. Nah. So what we're gonna get into tonight is Gideon. You guys heard of the story of Gideon. You should have heard of the story of Gideon. We're going into Judges. The book of Judges, chapter 6. Because Gideon, most people, when they hear about the story of Gideon, they hear about the triumph, how Gideon went down and only chose 300. He had 10,000 with him, but the Most High told Gideon to lessen his troops so that the men of Yasharallah, who the Most High truly had deemed have chosen evil, but because his name is on us, because his name is on you, oh, y'all not getting me. See, Yasharallah always been acting dumb. We've been stiff-necked for a very long time, guys. For thousands of years, we've been stiff-necked. We worship Baal, we worship Muhammad, we worship Jesus, we worship Judaism, we worship all of these things except the Creator. We want to worship something that was touched, that walked this earth. We've been stiff-necked for a very long time. So we have been going through drama and pain in oppression, captivity, slavery, because we refuse to let go of these deities, these people that walk this earth and calling them gods. The Most High says, I do not want Yasharala, you and I, to think that we've got the victory because of how big our army is, how many people we got. The Most High, throughout this Old Testament, throughout our lives and this existence on this plane, as long as you've been having breath in your body, the Most High has been trying to get one thing across to you. Come unto him. Come back unto the Most High, and that you are his. That the whole time. Gideon is the absolute personification of this. He tells him 300 because I don't want you to think your might, your intelligence, your whatever got you the victory. I want you to understand that I go before you. You are my children. I go before you for your battles. If you come to me first, if you don't go to some government, if you don't go to some of your own thoughts, if you don't go to your own people, if you come to me first, I make a way for you. I go before you. This is a time when we didn't have a king yet. We just had judges. We didn't have King David yet. We didn't have King Saul. Just judges. That's why it's called the Book of Judges. I don't know if anybody ever told you that. And then the reason why the name of the book is called Judges, because that's who was ruling Yasharala. Because the Most High had us all sovereign. We were all kings ourselves. We could raise our own kingdom through our own home, through our own doing, through the law that he had given us. You didn't need a king. You are a king. He said, I made you to be king and priest. But y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to be under somebody's government. Y'all afraid not having somebody take care of you. Most High said, I didn't want you to have to go to nobody but me. So he gives this personification in Judges. Let's go to chapter 6. It says, then the Yashrulites or Israelites did what was offensive to the Most High Shaddai. And Shaddai delivered them into the hands of the Midianites for 7 years. Remember, 7 is a very Hebraic spiritual number. It means completion, the end. That's why when Daniel has the vision of 70 weeks, the number 7 being the finalization. So we only have 7 feast days, right? So, and it says, verse 2, the hand of the Midianites prevailed over Yasharala. And because of Midian, the Yashrulites provided themselves with refuge in the caves and strongholds of the mountains. After the Yashrulites had done their sowing, Midian, Amalek, and the Kedemites would come up and raid them. They would attack them, destroy the produce of their land all the way to, wait, y'all ready for it? All the way to Gaza. So, as we're reading Judges, and we realize that we're still dealing with Gaza in present day, do you really think that this book is something that man wrote that wasn't inspired by the Most High? This is an historical recollection in chapter 6 of Judges. He's given a historical record of what happened to the Midianites, but because we are Yashrulites and we're not the world, but we speak of everything without the Most High being in it, without the Most High having his hand in it, our scripture speaks of his hand being directly in our history, in our history, our story. So the Most High said, so in Judges, it's recollecting that the Most High was the one that gave us to the Midianites. Not that the Midianites just came out of nowhere, that Amalek and all them. No, the Most High had done this because we had what? Done things that was offensive unto the Most High. going against his law. So, as it reads, all the way to Gaza, and leave no means of substance in Yasharallah, not a sheep or an ox or an ass, for they will come up with their livestock and their tents, swarming as thick as locusts. They and their camels were innumerable. Thus, they would invade the land and ravage it. Yasharallah was reduced to utter misery by the Midianites, and the Yasharites cried out to the Most High. When the Yasharites cried out to Shadiah on account of Midian, the Most High sent a prophet to the Yasharites who said to them. So first we want to understand the Most High's hand. That's what the song said, right? Understanding his hand, right? He first, when we cry out, he sends what? Not an army, not guns, not swords, but a prophet to give them his word. Because we're so busy in our own mind and our own flesh that we can't hear the Most High. So he must send a prophet. He says, verse 8. No, it's not verse 8. We're still in verse 7. Thus says the Most High of Yasharallah, I brought you up and out of Egypt and freed you from the house of bondage. I rescued you from the Egyptians and from all your oppressors. I drove them out before you and gave you their land. And I said to you, I, the Most High, am your creator. You must not worship the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But you did not obey. I mean, this is clear. So because they would not hear the Most High sends a prophet. Now understand, I see David's in the building. So I want you guys to understand not understand. I want to give you a visual. All of New Orleans is getting raided on a constant basis by Mississippi. Mississippi is coming in with all of their tribes, coming in, and they are not just one, but three different ones coming in together, confederate, and take all of our goods, rob us quarterly, every 3 months. They come in and rob us. At this point, we've lost children, we've lost elderly, we've lost men trying to fight them off from stealing our stuff, but this is happening every 3 months. And now somebody comes to us and says that the Most High said, I told you to stop worshiping these gods of this land. I told you to stop worshiping these gods of the Abrahamic faiths. I give you even better visual. No longer are you even a tribe for them to come and take everything as a city of New Orleans. You're just bands of people. And now you're in their government and you're paying your taxes, and their police are killing your children, and they're under-educating your children, and they're telling your children that you have a whole different history, that you're not even of the Most High. They are giving you foods that are processed with chemicals that destroy your brain cells and make you sick. Then they created a hospital and a pharmaceutical industry that you must rely on to keep you alive. And the prophet comes to you and said, I told you to worship these gods of these other lands, or the land that you're in. That should be a mind. That should be a major visual for you. Let me go on. And it says, verse 10, and I said to you, I, the Most High, am your Shadiah, Ahiah. You must not worship the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell, but you did not obey me. Verse 11, an angel of the Most High came and sat under the tabernacle at Ophir, which belonged to Joash the Abizarite. His son Gideon was then beating out wheat inside a winepress in order to keep it safe from the Midianites. So now he's in the wine presses doing the work of the wheat to make flour that they would normally do in the field, but he's hiding so the Midianites don't know he got food. The angel of the Most High appeared to him and said to him, "The Most High is with you, valiant warrior." How much of a warrior do you think Gideon think he is when he's hiding in the basement of the wine press, trying to hide food? I see Brother Ed in the building, trying to hide food from the Midianites that's stealing everything from them, and he can't do a damn thing about it. No army, nothing he can do. The Most High has rendered them captives in their own land. Captives at this time in the land that he gave us, which was the Amorite, which was Canaan, which was Jerusalem, which is all the way down to Gaza. And he says, so the angel comes to Gideon, and he says, "You valiant warrior." Verse 13, Gideon said to him, "Please, my Lord, if the Most High is with us, why has all this befallen us?" So Gideon, like I said, not feeling like a warrior, not feeling like a child of the Most High, because he's crouching in the basement hiding food. When the angel appears to him, he's not awestruck. I want you to hear me now. Gideon is not awestruck by a supernatural image that came in before him. He didn't get scared. He didn't buckle down. He didn't say, "Oh, no." He said, hold up. If you coming, if there's a God, hold up. Wait, you showing up? So there really is a creator. And he has sent you. Will this be the case? Why does he have us in this position? Gideon ain't dropped down on his knees. Gideon wasn't awestruck. I see Noble in the building. Shalom, my brother. Gideon was not awestruck by an angel. I want you to understand the oppression that they're going through. When I try to give you these visuals of being robbed by Mississippi or being in captivity in this government, how low he felt, how oppressed he felt, to the point that the image of an angel meant nothing to him. He needed answers. Ooh, the man needed answers. Was not flattered that the angel called him a warrior, a valiant warrior. So he says, "Please, my Lord, if the Most High is with us, why has all this befallen us? Where are all his wondrous deeds about which our fathers told us, saying, truly, Shadiah brought us up from Egypt. Now the Most High has abandoned us and delivered us into the hands of Midian." Like I said, Gideon, in the time in the midst of war, in a world that they say the devil has, that it has been given over to evil, Gideon is not awestruck. He's not impressed. He's got questions. Don't you? All of you out there that's watching the news, all of you that's so concerned about the November 5th results, all of you that's concerned about Project 2025, all of you out there that, man, for real, all of you out there that are concerned about the government and what men are doing, you don't see yourself like Gideon being persecuted by the Midianites, the Kedemites, the Amalek. You don't see that? You don't see yourself. You don't see yourself questioning the Most High in your distress as Gideon is? The title of the lesson is Testing the Most High in the Midst of War. And it says, now the Most High has abandoned us and delivered us into the hands of Midian. Verse 14. The Most High turned to him and said, go in his strength to yours and deliver Yasharallah from Midianites. So doesn't answer him. The Most High is not dignifying an answer that Gideon should already know. Like we should already know. We should already know why we in this oppression. We should already understand what we're doing to get this oppression, how we got here. So he says to him, it is about what we're going to do as opposed to why you're here. And what I'm going to show our people through you. It's not about why I'm here. Obviously, I'm here. It's about what I'm going to do through you for our people. And it says, I herewith make you my messenger. Verse 15. He said to him, please, Shadiah, how can I deliver Yasharallah? Why? My clan is the humblest in Manasseh. So understand that he comes from the tribe of Manasseh. And what tribe? How did Manasseh come about? Manasseh was Joseph's son that married an Egyptian. So his tribe is half Egyptian, half Hebrew, and they're getting attacked by these Midianites, Kedemites, and Amalekites, right? Amalekites, right? So it says, the humblest in Manasseh, and I am the youngest in my father's household, such as David was. The Most High replied, I will be with you, and you shall defeat Midian to a man. And he said to him, if I have gained your favor, give me a sign that it is you who are speaking to me. So here he's testing the Most High. He's seeing this supernatural thing in front of him. You know, good and doggone well, that ain't a man. I see Alana's in the building, Marcus in the building, all praises. He's obviously clear that this is a supernatural thing. But as he was not in awe by it, because he was in his oppression, understanding what has to be done. So Most High is not dealing with him with his emotion. He said, look, I'm calling upon you to be this. He says, okay, if I'm the messenger, I'm the valiant warrior, then I need you to do something for me. If I have gained your favor, give me a sign that it is you who are speaking to me. Do not leave this place until I come back to you and bring out my offering and place it before you. At least Gideon understands an offering unto the Most High. It's like, okay, I know you've been told us, but I know my culture. I know what we do. We give our offering unto the Most High. And how do we do it to this day? We sacrifice by doing the Sabbath. That's his sign between us, the Shabbat. In this time, they would kill a ram. We don't have that in the back, right? So he's asking the Most High to, or the angel, representative of the Most High, to take this offering so that he knows this is the Most High and not a demon speaking to him. See, that's the other side of this game. Because our people have succumbed so much to these other gods, and I say other gods, please believe, I am not putting anybody on the same level as the Most High, Shaddai. You have these entities, the children of the Most High that he created, these angels, and then they fell and chose to rebel against their own father, their creator. These call themselves gods among men, or men refer to them as gods. Baal, Asherah, Osiris, Pan, Zeus, you name it. These are fallen entities that have gotten men to call upon them for things. So Gideon wants to make sure he's not being tricked, Thoth. He's not the trickster. He's not being. So you should test the Most High, not just for your relationship, but to make sure you're not dealing with familiar spirits in this hour. You don't think that familiar spirits are working in this hour? You don't think that you need to protect yourself against familiar spirits? What do you think discernment is speaking of? Do you think man has the intellect to create these systems of oppression that we're in? Oh, no. If you do some study on the men that created this financial system here, talking about Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the Carnegies, I'm talking about those families, when you understand that they went on an Indian burial ground in Jekyll Island on top of which was an altar for the Aboriginal Indians in that area, and did this ritual and seance and created this financial system that we're in, with bankers from London that also were part of the satanic cult. These are facts. This ain't no conspiracy theory. This is actual facts. If you do some research, these are actual facts. When we say that these systems are created by people that are demonic, that are praying to entities that are against the Most High, that's the definition of demon, of demonic. So Gideon wants to be clear that he's not dealing with a familiar spirit. So he says, stay until I return. So Gideon went and prepared a kid, small lamb, goat, and baked unleavened bread from ephah and flour. He put the meat in a basket and poured the broth into a pot, and he brought them out to him under the terebinth. As he presented them, the angel of the Most High said to him, take the meat and the unleavened bread, put them on yonder rock, and spill out the broth. He said so. He did so. Verse 21 of chapter 6 Judges. The angel of the Most High held out the staff that he carried and touched the meat. And the unleavened bread with its tip. A fire sprang up from the rock and consumed the meat under the unleavened bread. The guard said, then Gideon realized that it was an angel of the Most High, and Gideon said, alas, O Most High, for I have seen an angel of the Most High face to face. So now Gideon tested. Gideon got his answer. You afraid to test the Most High because your spirit ain't right. You afraid to test the Most High because you ain't came close to him. You afraid to test the Most High and question the Most High because you like the world. Don't tell me that the world is given over to the devil. Admit that you have given yourself over to the evils and to the wiles of the world. That's the first. When we can start that truth, then everybody can change. I ain't got nothing to hold against you. I ain't your judge nor your jury. The Most High is. But if we're going to get past what's happening in this world, if you want to get these covering, this grace and this mercy, you don't want to keep asking the question of what we's going to do, massa. You want to stop asking them type of questions. Then you want to test the Most High and see if he walking in your life, if he talking to you. And if he's not, then you need to figure out why. Trust me, the Most High is not short for words. He's not short for speaking to you. No. Verse 23. But the Most High said to him, all is well. Have no fear. You shall not die. So Gideon built there an altar to the Most High and called it Adonai Shalom. Whoa. What? Isn't that what they're supposed to call Jesus? Adonai? Y'all know what Adonai means? It just means Adam. It just means man. Yeah, son of man. He's just like, so peace, the peace of man. So he's saying the Most High gave him peace. That's what he's saying. This is the place where the Most High gave me peace. I shall not die. I'm a valiant warrior. I tested the Most High. He took my offering. Boy, look at here. They say until this day, their altar's there. It's called, and the place is called Adonai Shalom. So you can put in your Google, present day Adonai Shalom. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's see if they're gonna play with us and give it to us. Yeah. Let's. 1 second. So, Adonai Shalom is Bethlehem of Judea and modern Palestine. So Adonai Shalom, oh, that's the .com. They don't want to give me location. Yeah, just they only giving me reports of it, but I believe it is in Bethlehem. But all right, so and to this day, it says to this day stands in Ophir of the Abizarites. Let me go to Ophir. Let me find out what Ophir is. Ophir. So they want to say that it's no longer known actually today, but it's in the tribe, it's in the location of where the Manasseh was, which is going to be around Gaza, right? Yep. So I'll get off of that tangent. And it says, verse 25, that night the Most High said to him, take the young bull belonging to your father and the other bull 7 years old, pull down the altar of Baal, which belongs to your father, and cut down the sacred post which is beside it, which is an Asherah pole. The same thing that they use in the Indians use here, right? So we can see the present day rituals in these new people, right? So when it says, we were following again gods of Baal, the Asherah pole. The Most High says, use the sacred pole that you have cut down. It says, take the other bull and offer it as a burnt offering, using the wood of the sacred post that you have cut down. So if you ever want to wonder if the Most High can be petty, there's your example of him being petty. So he tells him to cut down the pole of the god and use it as fire for the sacrifice unto him. One could say that's a little petty. Verse 27, but I'm with it. I'm there for all of it, as they say. So Gideon took 10 of his servants and did as the Most High told him. But as he was afraid to do it by day on account of his father's household, many of you got family that's believing in things that you are now coming to an understanding that that's not right. This is the internal fight within Yasharala the same reason why the Midianites and the Amalekites and the Kedemites are coming and ravaging them every week. So when Gideon is asking this question to the angel of why we're in this, and his daddy got an altar to a god Baal with the Asherah pole right there, that's your reason why the Most High had no reason to answer him of why y'all going through this. You got the altar to a god right there, my G. That's like the cop rolling up on the dude with the big TV in his hand, stolen, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, why you stopping me, officer? As he holding the TV. Really? Really? And it says, is he afraid to do so by day on account of his father's household and the townspeople? He did it by night. Early the next morning, the townspeople found that the altar of Baal had been torn down, and the sacred post beside it had been cut down, and that the second bull had been offered on a newly built altar. They said to one another, who did this thing? Upon inquiry, the investigation, they were told Gideon, son of Joash, did this thing. The townspeople said to Joash, bring out your son, for he must die. He has torn down the altar of Baal and cut down the sacred post beside it. Can you imagine what would happen if you went to your mama's house and you started burning all them crosses? Can you imagine going to your daddy's house and getting rid of all of his Allah and Islamic paraphernalia and burning it? Can you imagine? You imagine going to the church and burning down the church? What would the reaction of the townspeople be? And it says, but Joash said to all who had risen against him, do you have to contend for Baal? Say, do you have to contend for Baal? Do you have to vindicate him? Whoever fights his battles shall be dead by morning. Ooh. If he is a god, let him fight his own battles, since it is his altar that has been torn down. That day they named him Jerubbaal, meaning let Baal contend with him, since he tore down the altar. So now you got to realize, my man Gideon's like, my creator came down and talked to me just now. He just took my offering, homie. Look here. If Baal is all that, let him come and talk to me himself. Don't hop in Baal, right? So if I say F Jesus, then let Jesus deal with me, right? Yeah, let that happen. You need to listen to these words, because trust me, I've been saying it for 5 years now, and the Most High continue to elevate. When you understand who has given you these gods, who have given you this government, who has given you these laws that oppress you, then you will no longer take their bull, and you'll never take their delusion. And it says, let Baal contend with him, since he tore down his altar. All, verse 33, all Midian, Amalek, and the Kedemites joined forces. They crossed over the encamped, and they encamped in the valley of Jeruzel. The Spirit of the Most High enveloped Gideon. He sounded the horn, the shofar, and the Abizarites rallied around him. And he sent messengers throughout Manasseh, and they too rallied behind him. He then sent messengers through Asher, Zebulun, and Naphtali, and they came up to meet the Manassites. And Gideon said to the Most High, if you really intend to deliver Yasharallah through me, as you have said, here I place a fleece of wool on the threshing floor. Hold up. Gideon then did all of this. Gideon then tested the Most High. He then had his offering taken up. Now I see Vanessa's in the building. I see Kathleen in the building. All praises. Now Gideon got the nerve to test him again. You got to understand, Gideon was scared. You got to understand that Gideon was shaking in his boots, even though Gideon had gotten all of the tribes to come together. Now, hold on. He got Zebulun, Asher, Naphtali. He got Manasseh to come. So he didn't start the war. He didn't start it. He still testing the Most High. You should take a lesson from Gideon. Gideon is having a constant conversation with the Most High. But he's not just having a conversation, he walking. He doing the work. And even though you are gung-ho about climbing that ladder, sometimes when you look down, you realize it's a long fall. And your flesh can make you believe that you might not be able to do it. So the Most High loves us so much, he allows us to test him again. He said, baby boy, I know you up there high. I know you didn't do what I told you to do, and you didn't even believe that I could raise you to this height. Y'all not hearing me. It is going to be natural. The Most High said, boy, I know. You asked for it, but you didn't even know how high I was going to raise you when you following me. When you are listening to my words, when you are taking on what I'm giving you. And I'm telling you right now, I got goosebumps because I got some stuff going on in my life, and I just needed to hear myself say that. I'm going to tell y'all on the real. I needed to hear myself say that just now. Trusted in him. Woo, woo. He gave me a whole goosebump on my back just now. All praising to the Most High. As I'm saying, you have to, the Most High will raise you higher than you think. You think that you want to go to this place, but when you get there, you will see how much rare air that you're in, how much people are going to be looking at you and looking to you to lead and looking to you to be the one that's inspired, that's been given the word. You're the prophet. When the Most High raises you up because you have been doing his word and you have been following his law, you become a prophet by default because you are doing his word. You're doing his bidding. You become a leader naturally because you have the direction. You know, you're not questioning man. Gideon had no questions for man. He didn't ask none of the generals that came. He didn't ask none of the chiefs that came. Are y'all about it? He said, no, Most High, I'm got to question you one more time. I got to test you one more time if you're with me. Look, if dew falls, he says, I have placed a fleece of wool on the threshing floor. If dew falls only on the fleece and all the ground remains dry, I shall know that you will deliver Yasharallah through me, as you have said. Verse 38. And that is what happened. Early the next day, he squeezed the fleece and wrung out the dew from the fleece, a bowl full of water. He had an angel in front of him. The angel took his offering. He yet asked again to have the fleece be a symbol. Said, keep everything dry, even though everything is normally wet from the morning dew. Keep everything dry around it and only let the wool be wet. It was wet enough that it gave him a bowl full of water. Don't think the Most High is not prepared for you to test him. Don't think the Most High is not looking for you to test him. I'm not the Most High. I'm not your answer. He's the answer. He wants you to test him. Don't believe what I'm saying. Are you strong enough? Are you willing to walk the walk to be able to question the Most High? Or are you going to continue to sit on the sidelines and throw rocks and say why the world is no good? He says, verse 39, then Gideon said to the Most High, do not be angry with me if I speak just once more. Please don't be angry, because you got me on a real mission here. You got me going against the world. I tore down the altar of my father's house. I burned it. I did sacrifices against everybody in my town. I was able to get them to rally, and now they all see me as a leader. They've now all put me up here. And now I'm responsible for families. I'm responsible for men's lives. I need to ask you one more time, Most High. Please don't be angry. I need you to know that you're with me. He says, Gideon said, do not be angry with me if I speak just once more. Let me make just one more test with the fleece. Let the fleece alone be dry while there is dew all over the ground. The Most High did so. That night, only the fleece was dry while there was dew all over the ground. The Most High wants the relationship with us. He wants it. He wants you to test him. He wants you to believe. He wants you to have all the reasons you need to walk with him. We go into chapter 7 to continue on, and we're going to stop it at verse 8. And he says, early the next day, Jerubbaal, which they call Gideon, right, which means Baal will contend with him, right? So all the people saying that he's going to die, that their God said he's going to die for talking bad, for blasphemy, right? It says early the next day, Jerubbaal, that is Gideon, and all the troops of all the troops with him encamped above En Harad, while the camp of Midian was in the plain to the north of him, at Gilbeth Moreh, Gilbeth Morah. The Most High said to Gideon, you have too many troops with you for me to deliver Midian into your hands. Yasharallah might claim for themselves the glory due to me, thinking our hand has brought us victory. Now you didn't test it the Most High, right? You got all the troops you needed to win. You already was going to win. The Most High already told Gideon he was not going to die. But Gideon needing that extra assurance. Now the Most High comes back on him. I see my brother Harvest is in the field, and assalamu alaikum. He comes back to him and says, okay, y'all got too many troops. Not only am I going to show you, Gideon, that I'm here, not only are you going to get the sign that I'm here, but all of Yasharallah is going to get it. You done assembled Naphtali, Asher, Zebulun, and Manasseh. But look here, you got too many. And he says, to deliver Midian to your hands, Yasharallah might claim themselves the glory due to me, thinking our own hand has brought us victory. Therefore, announce to the men, let anybody who is timid and fearful turn back. As a bird flies from Mount Gilead, thereupon 22,000 of the troops turned back and 10,000 remained. Come on now. The man had 32,000 troops rocking with him to go to war. The Most High said, it's not about y'all hands. Y'all are in this predicament because you thought it was about your hands. You are being raided by the Midianites and by Amalekites and by these Kedemites, all because you don't come back to me because you believe in man and because you worship in their gods on top of that. He says, so look here. Tell the one that's scared, step back. So he steps back 22,000 step back. So soon they were told, man, look, if you don't want to fight, you ain't got to fight. Lord, I'm going back to my wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to my business. I'm going back to trying to win. Not understanding that the Most High is in the midst. He says, 10,000 remain. Verse 4. There are still too many troops, the Most High said to Gideon. Take them down to the water, and I will shift them for you there. Shift means that he's going to take the wheat from the tares. He's going to separate them. I see guys in the building, my brother. It says, any one of whom I tell, this one is to go with you. And he says, that one shall go with you. And any one of whom I tell you, this one is not to go with you, that one shall not go. So he took the troops down to the water. Then the Most High said to Gideon, set apart all those who lap up the water with their tongues like dogs. Ain't the Most High cold-blooded with it? You see, I'm going to tell you by their actions. What does the Most High tell us all the time how we should deal with people? I mean, Martin Luther King made it famous, right? Not dealing with the color, but the character, the content of their character. Most High says the fruits of their labor, you know, a man. The Most High tells you in the book of Sirach that you don't give no man no accolades. You allow that man to earn his accolades. You don't how they say, without them earning it. So here the Most High says, these people, by their mannerisms, that lap up the water like a dog, that's not the ones I want you to take with you. He says, from all those who get down on their knees to drink, now those who lap the water into their mouths by hand numbered them 300. All the rest of the troops go down on their knees to drink. Then the Most High said to Gideon, I will deliver you, and I will put Midian into your hands through the 300 lappers. Let the rest of the troops go home. So the lappers took the provisions and horns that the other men had with them. And he sent the rest of the men of Yasharallah back to their homes, retaining only the 300 men. The Midian camp was below him in the plain. That night, the Most High said to him, come attack the camp, for I have delivered into your hands. For I have delivered into your hands. This is the theme of the Most High. Trusting in him, not a blind belief. When you test the Most High and he shows you he's in your life, that's where your belief comes from. Your belief should not come from somebody standing on a pulpit. Your belief should not come from somebody reading a book to you. Your belief should come from your personal interactions with your creator. Your prayers at night mean something. You're sending it to something. You're praying for the welfare of your children. You're not going to test the entity in which you're praying for the welfare of your children, your most precious entity. I mean, I'm emotional about this because too many times we walk through this place like zombies. We just doing rituals, man. I'm praying for the well-being of my children and my wife and me. These are troubling times. Prophecies are here. People gonna die. You're not testing the Most High to see if he's in your life. You just giving up words. You just think that because you went through the motion is all good. You did some rosary beads and you good. You kneeled and bowed and did all of the right movements. You good. You ain't talking to him. You ain't asked him to show himself in your life. You scared. This ain't the time to be scared of the Most High. That's the wrong one. His hand is already being shown. The world is already shaking due to him. Just like the lappers. You need to make sure that you are in line with him. Let's go to Judges chapter 4. I said everybody on Instagram is about to go. Man, all praises. We only got one more verse left anyway, guys. Check us out on YouTube under Hebrew State of Being as well, or catch us on Facebook under Nola Black Mask and Indian. So let's go to Judges chapter 4. Now, many of you don't know that Judges, one of our judges was Deborah, a woman. When they talk about they suffer not a woman to preach. That's what Paul say, right? Paul say, I suffer not women to preach. Well, we had a woman that was a judge before we had a king. We had a woman that we went to for wisdom. Let's go to Judges chapter 4, verse 4. And it says, Deborah, wife of Lepetah, was a prophetess. She led Yasharallah at that time. She used to sit under the palm of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim, and the Yasharites would come to her for decisions. So it says she led all of Yasharallah. Didn't have a kingdom. She didn't have a seat, a crown seat. She didn't have a court. She had the Most High. She had the respect. She had the understanding of the tribe that she was a speaker, a messenger, a representative of the Most High. Not that anybody needed to die for her, right? No, not that nobody had to, she had to die and come back from the dead to be a messenger of the Most High, right? She didn't have to go to the hell and get the keys to be a messenger of the Most High. She didn't ask to be worshiped either. She was a wife. So she led Yasharala, but yet in the house with her husband, she was a wife because she couldn't lead Yasharala unless she was doing as the Most High said in the book. So women today that's talking about they're independent, they don't know how to be soft. They don't know how to go out there and get the bacon and then come home and be soft with their husband. She ran all of Yasharala, but was a wife. So y'all can miss me with what you can't do. Why don't you talk to me about what you refuse to do? Because, see, that husband and any man that's married know that if his wife is being talked to by the Most High, then he's in rare air. He's got the cast me out, as they say. And if he's got the Most High in his wife, then that means he's favored by the Most High. He ain't got no problem listening to his wife. There's no such thing as chauvinistic or male. That's you Europeans, man. That's that European. Deborah, verse 6, it says, she summoned Barak, son of Abinom of Kadesh in Naphtali, and said to him, the Most High of Yasharala has commanded, go march up to Mount Tabor and take with you 10,000 men of Naphtali and Zebulun, and I will draw Sisera, Jabin's army commander, with his chariots and his troops toward you up to the Wadi Kishon. That's the river Kishon. And I will deliver him into your hands. But Barak said to her, if you will go with me, I will go. So Barak, even though the Most High is giving him the victory, he's commanding 10,000 men with Naphtali and Zebulun, and is being told by Deborah, the messenger of the Most High, and she is talking as a military commander. That she's going to draw out them, bring them over them so they can land right there so you can kill them. He says, well, we respect you so much as the judge, and we know that you are so connected to the Most High that I don't want to mess this up. Barak said, I will go if you're going to come with me, because Barak didn't necessarily, it wasn't his idea to go to fight, right? To go to war. She told him, it was told to her by the Most High. But he didn't buck. He just asked her to come for reassurance, right? And he says, with me, I will go. If not, I will not go. Verse 9, very well, I will go with you, she answered. However, there will be no glory for you in the course, in this course you are taking. For then the Most High will deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman. So Deborah went to Barak to Kadesh. Barak then mustered Zebulun, Naphtali, and Kadesh. 10,000 men marched up after him, and Deborah also went up with him. Now, Deborah is telling him, it's your rightful position. Even though she's the spiritual leader, even though because that's what Yasharala is run by, not by a king, but by the Most High, by a spiritual leader, by prophets and prophetess. That's what Yasharala is supposed to be led by. So even though she's led by that, she knows that man, the Most High, has put man as the front and said that you know that this glory should go to you. But if you ask me to come, It's going to come to me by right. He didn't care. He just wanted the victory, which I'm good with. I don't care either. Long as we win. That's what I'm trying to say, because I'm tired of us losing. Right? And it says, and Deborah also went with him. Verse 11. Now Heber and Kenite had separated from the other Kenites. Now Eber, who was his son, right? Eber, which was the father of the Hebrews, right? The son of Abraham, right? And it said, what? No, he was before Abraham. He said, descendants of Hobab, father-in-law of Moses, right? And had pitched his tent at Elion Basanaman, which is near Kadesh. Syria was informed that Barak, son of Abon, had gone up to Mount Tabor. So Sisera ordered all the chariots, 900 iron chariots, and all the troops had to move from Harosheth Goam to the Wadi Kishon, like Deborah said. Then Deborah said to Barak, up, this is the day on which the Most High will deliver Sisera into your hands. The Most High is marching before you. All of this is testing the Most High. All of this is the Most High providing us with victory when we understand that he goes before us. Barak charged down to Mount Tabor, followed by 10,000 men, and the Most High threw Sisera and all of his chariots and the army into a panic before the onslaught. You don't know how the Most High is going to do what he's going to do for you. But your fear blocking you, you can't see his glory. And then the irony of it is then you say he's not there. Before the onslaught of Barak, Sisera leaped from his chariots and fled on foot, and Barak pursued the chariots and the soldiers as far as Harosheth Goim. All of Sisera, which is the Gentile, Harosheth Goim means Gentile. So Harosheth meaning the city of Gentiles, the Harosheth Gentile. All of Sisera's soldiers fell by the sword. Not a man was left. Deborah was after Moses. She ruled like Joseph and Ephraim. Thank you, Noah. Yes, yes, yes. She ruled like Joseph and Ephraim, Barak, tradition, and Natali. Yes, thank you, my brother. So that's our lesson for the night, is the fact that you must test the Most High. You must create that relationship with the Most High so that you know how he speaks to you. You know how he moves with you. This is a must in this hour. The world is not given over to the devil. People have chosen the devil. Yes, Hashatan has put up great, he's a formidable enemy. Evil, the opposite of the Most High, unrighteousness, has done a great job at attacking, misleading, deception. So many of us don't realize that we're in deception. We think that we're doing the right thing. We think that we're following the right Abrahamic God. We think that we're following the proper order. The order is the Most High in you. Period. Most High in you. You being righteous, you questioning him, him showing you in his life, and then you following him. Don't need nobody else. Gideon did not consort anyone. The Most High came to him as an angel. He did not need to speak to the judges. The Most High had given him the word. Barak had not gotten the word directly from the Most High. He got it through Deborah. Yet, the victory was true. Yet he questioned and tested, got his answers, and the victory. I pray the same for you in your life, in your walk, and in your journey. In this tumultuous time, in these times of prophecies. Come back into your Creator. Come back into the law. Come back into righteousness. Get your grace. Get your covering. Get your mercy. Get your increase. All praises.